Well, hello there, Rabbi. And we are wrapping up another eventful weekend. Should you have done this or should you not have done it? When I was trying to figure out what to do with my life after college, my mother wanted me to be an architect. And then she wanted me to be a lawyer. And then she wanted me, uh, my uncles, who are all surgeons, wanted me to be a surgeon because they said, oh, his hands are so good. He can do beautiful surgery. And I chose among all of those options to be a cartoonist. So some days I go, well, I'm very happy for my life. And then other days I go looking at my brother, the doctor, or my other brother, the engineer, or any of the other people I have who have are working on their third house and about to go on their fourth trip around the world and say, well, perhaps I chose wrong.
And with all the things going on about the bombing of Iran and stopping the development of a nuclear weapon, what comes to mind is this a good thing or a bad thing? And as you were reflecting, I'm reflecting on my own life. When I was a freshman at Boston College, I took organic chemistry 3 times and failed. They wouldn't let me take it a fourth time. And it was at that point I realized I'm never going to be a doctor. And I was devastated. And I considered that to be a very bad thing. Well, I became a successful rabbi, an international author along with you. And to add to it, I became an associate adjunct professor of medicine at the University of Maryland School of Medicine. And so you go back and you look at the moment, there's a tendency to judge. Is this a good thing or bad thing? And then as time passes, you look back and go, I really thought that was a bad thing, but it turned out to be a good thing. Then a few years later, you go back and say, well, it was a bad thing. And this is really a great lesson for what we're going through right now with the bombing and the what's going on with Iran and stopping Iran from developing an atomic bomb. Unlike other things, you can't unring the bell. You can't stop it. It's happened. Now, every pundit in the known universe is taking a side. First, I read it was a bad thing. Then I read it was a good thing. Then I read it was a bad thing. Then someone else says it was a good thing. I want to emphasize in your life and mine, at any given moment, we really don't know. We may judge it as good or bad, but that's very dangerous because we may make choices based on that that'll make things far worse. We need to suspend judgment right now. We don't know if the bombing was a good thing or a bad thing. We will know shortly. I believe stopping Iran from having nuclear weapons is a good thing. Now, it would have been nice if we could have done it diplomatically, but that's not what happened. The president chose to blow up and destroy the facilities. That's happened. And we're not doing ourselves a service by lining up and taking sides. Once again, Joe, our country is taking sides and pointing fingers and accusing. It's happened. Let's all look at each other and say, we're going to find out if it's a good thing or bad thing. And history will tell us, and we can make decisions, but let's not make decisions based on a judgment. Just like I thought not becoming a doctor was a bad thing, I think it was a great thing. I became a great rabbi, Joe. I was a great hospital chaplain. You are a phenomenal cartoonist. You probably would have been a terrible architect. So you made a good decision in being a cartoonist.
And I have to agree with you on all those points. Maybe the rabbi part, I don't know. But I always thought of you as my rabbi, and a good Catholic boy having a good rabbi. Who could argue with that? But what you're saying essentially is we can't try and force the judgment to be what we think it is now.
Exactly, and it's very difficult to suspend judgment because that's what we all do in our lives. Otherwise, we're going to make ourselves totally mishugadach. We want to stop judgment and say, this is the event that happened. It may be a good thing, it may be a bad thing. Let's watch it unfold. Let's prepare for some contingencies so we're ready for what might happen. However, let's not start by attacking each other because if we tear ourselves apart, that's just going to give Iran an in terms of our country. Be a big mistake to have Republicans attacking Democrats or the Republicans keeping it a secret from the Democrats. All of this will make something definitely worse. Let's just sit back and say the president made a decision. This is the event. Let's do an analysis and we'll find out if it was a good thing or a bad thing.
And whether you agree with it or not, don't make it be the guiding light of the future. Use your brain. What is the word you use? Use your sacral
Seichel.
to
Seichel.
make decisions and keep towards the right path as opposed to trying to force things to the path you think it should be.
You know, as President Lincoln said, a nation divided against itself cannot stand. Not just in this case, but we're watching it where everyone's taking sides and not talking to each other and not analyzing and not being fair about choices. Excluding one political party from a decision and including your own party is dividing the House. The only way we're going to make it, Joe, is we look at each other and say, we're in it now. How do we deal with what is? And let's not accuse anyone and suspend judgment. We will find out if it's a good thing or a bad thing that you are merely a cartoonist.
And you are merely a rabbi, but you're a great rabbi and you're my rabbi. And thank you, as always, for your wisdom and guidance. Let's see if we can get our way through all this like everything else in life and stay with a positive thought that everything is going to be okay if we just keep calm and keep rowing.
I ask everyone watching and listening, look back on your own life. When you were going through something, you labeled it as good or bad. Then what happened in the future? And did your pre-deciding damage or affect what might have happened? Let's just wait and see.